Just thank you once again for this partnership that you have entrusted us with. I proudly am serving as the founding head of school here for the Seed School of Los Angeles County. Welcome.
Dice, hola, buenas noches, bienvenidos. Mi nombre es Dr. Lewis y soy el Head of School de Seed Los Ángeles, que es un orgullo estar en esta posición y aquí con ustedes. Thank you, Dr. Lewis. We'll go ahead and go to Ms. Vides.
Hola, buenas noches. Espero que estén pasando un día excelente, ya descansando en casa. Mucho gusto ver a todas las familias. No voy a estar aquí todo el evento, pero me gustaría agradecer a la doctora Mejía por tenerlos hoy día y también invitarlos para el próximo miércoles. Vamos a tener una cena familiar. Como ya saben, ya viene el día del pavo, de día de dar gracias, y vamos a estar aquí el próximo miércoles de 6 a 8. Les voy a mandar un correo electrónico, pero vamos a pedir que cada familia venga y traiga un plato que usted quiere compartir con nuestra comunidad. Hi everyone, I am excited to see all of your beautiful faces. I know you're all probably ready to just relax. It's the end of the day, but we're excited to have you here. And thank you, Dr. Mejia, for having this space for our families tonight. I won't be here the whole event, but I wanted to invite you to next Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to have a CLA Gratitude Family Dinner. It's a space that we're opening up to all of our staff, our students, our families to come and have dinner together. We are celebrating one of our values, gratitude. Also, as you know, Thanksgiving is quickly approaching. So we wanted to spend some time with you. And we're going to invite families to bring a plate that they want to share with the rest of the community. I'll send out more details. And again, welcome. I appreciate you all. I value you all. And I can't wait to see you all in person. Muchas gracias. Los aprecio. Los valoro mucho. Y nos vemos pronto.
Thank you, Ms. Vides. So the date is Wednesday, November 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at American AJU University. So I just put that in the chat. Wednesday, November 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. So you can mark your calendars. Thank you, Ms. Vides. All right. Is there anyone else from the senior leadership team present? I think that's everybody. So let's go ahead and go to our faculty, our teachers. Let's go ahead and have Ms. Menkos kick it off.
Hola, buenas tardes. Soy la señora Menkos. Soy la maestra de español. Hi, good evening. I am Miss Menkos and I teach Spanish.
Thank you, Ms. Menkos. Mr. Mendoza?
Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Mendoza, and I am the computer science teacher here at SEED.
Thank you. Ms. Lee?
Hola, I am the maestro de matemáticas. I am Miss Lee. I teach Spanish.
And Spanish, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Ms. Lee. And Mr. Jameson? Mr. Jameson, you're on mute.
Hola. I am Mr. Jameson, your engineering teacher here at CLA.
Thank you, Mr. Jameson. I believe we have Ms. Judith here.
Hi, I apologize. I don't have any Spanish, but my name is Judy Hunlish and I'm teaching biology.
Thank you. Es la maestra Ms. Judith de biología. So tenemos la maestra Ms. Lee de matemáticas, la maestra Ms. Menkos de español, el maestro Mr. Mendoza de computer science, el maestro Mr. Jameson de ingeniería y la maestra Ms. Judith de biología. Are there any other teachers here that I may have missed? Okay, great. So the purpose of tonight is really just to create an opportunity for us to update families on where we are during the year. I wanted to give a few updates before we go in to have teachers share a little bit about their class, and then we're going to create some breakout rooms. So you have the option of going to a breakout room and asking more specific questions to the teachers. But I wanted to start off first by just going over a few things so that we're all on the same page. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. So we have, and via Parent Square, sent out a message labeled the CLA important dates. These are important for you to be aware of because they outline the different events that we're going to be having on campus. As you know, here at CLA, we really value the partnership with families. We know that you are central to your child's success and that together we must work to ensure that your child is able to graduate, and not just graduate, but graduate with honors and go on to a four-year university with most of it, if not all of it, paid for. And that really is our goal here. And so in order to encourage that, we have created some events for you to come onto campus to get to know us a little bit better, as well as for us to get to know you. So I will send this out again following this event, so by tomorrow, just so that you have it, but I encourage you to please save it and put those dates on your calendar so you can plan accordingly. As Ms. Vidas just shared, the next event is Wednesday, November 16th. We're calling it our family potluck #1. It is on campus from 6 to 8 p.m. Lo que está mirando aquí son una lista de eventos que tenemos aquí en CID Los Ángeles. La meta de estos eventos es tener la oportunidad de traer la familia aquí a la escuela para que ustedes nos puedan conocer a uno a otro, pero también a nosotros. Aquí en CID Los Ángeles creemos que los padres son parte de el esfuerzo y, how do you say success, Ms. Vidas? How would you say success?
Sobresalir.
Ajá, y es parte de, ¿cómo se dice? Parte de pues, la lucha de asegurar que los niños puedan lograr la meta de ir a la universidad. So, en parte de eso, queremos que ustedes vengan con nosotros estos días para ser parte de la celebración. So, el evento que viene es el próximo miércoles, el 16 de noviembre, de 6 a 8, donde estamos invitando a las familias que puedan traer comida para tener como convivir con nosotros. So 6 to 8 p.m. family potluck. We hope you can make it. And then the week of December 5th, we're going to be starting our parent conferences. So I'm going to be sending an email communication, a Parent Square, sorry, letting you know how conferences are going to work. We're going to be offering virtual and in-person as an opportunity for you to come and learn about your child's academic progress. So at the conferences, we will be going over the math scores, the math RIT scores, the reading RIT scores, and the science RIT scores. So you can understand how is my child performing in each of these following categories. You'll also have the opportunity to, of course, ask questions specifically to teachers to make sure that you get your questions answered about anything around the content and the units. So la semana el 5 de diciembre vamos a comenzar las conferencias. Es importante durante esas conferencias que ustedes si pueden venir en persona, estén aquí, pero también vamos a ofrecerlos virtualmente. El enfoque de las conferencias es para darle los grados, pero también para darle los reportes de matemáticas, literatura y ciencia, porque hicimos un examen donde los niños tenemos, ¿cómo se dice? Como un reporte para repasar, para que sepan cuáles son los niveles de cada niño en cada categoría. So that's going to be the week of December 5th. And then you can just go on and look at the events. I'm not going to go over all of them, but again, the hope is that you're able to calendar them and so that you can support us. So no voy a repasar todas las fechas porque voy a pasar esto de nuevo en Parent Square, pero sí es importante que pongan estas fechas en su calendario para que tengan la oportunidad de estar aquí en persona con nosotros. All right. The next thing I wanted to go over is our CLA directory. So here I have also sent this out via Parent Square. I wanted to inform you that Ms. Jackson is no longer our Director of Student Support Services. She has transitioned out. So that is currently a vacancy on our team. Dr. Lewis and I and Mr. Irving will be working along with the senior leadership team to find a replacement. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions regarding discipline services for students with IEP, or referrals to counseling services, I will be your point person. So I just wanted to share that out loud. But this directory also provides you with all of your contact information for everyone on the academic team, including the senior leaderships. So this has already been emailed out, but just in case if you need it, I will go ahead and send that out as well. So aquí, can I ask if you're not me, that you mute yourself, please, just so that everyone could hear me and I'm not speaking over anyone? Thank you. So aquí lo que tenemos es una lista de los nombres y los correos electrónicos de los maestros. Quería hacer el anuncio que la maestra Miss Jackson ya no está con nosotros. Ms. Vides, Mr. Lewis, Mr. Irving, Dr. Lewis, perdón, y yo estamos trabajando en reemplazar a Miss Jackson, pero por el momento, si tienen preguntas sobre la disciplina, servicios para los niños con IEP o necesitan servicios de consejería, yo voy a ser la persona que van a mandar mensajes para que estén en comunicación. Esta lista tienen todos los correos electrónicos y aquí dice qué es lo que puede, con quién, si tengo una pregunta de esa categoría, con quién mando ese correo electrónico. Voy a repasar esta lista de nuevo para que ustedes tengan esta información. So as I was just sharing, this list does provide you in red. Like if I have a question about something, who do I go to? That's who you want to follow up with. But of course, you're always more than welcome to reach out to anyone on staff and we will get you the support or the questions you have answered. So this will be shared as well with you in the Parent Square so that we have that information. All right. Perfect. And Ms. Vidas did put a message in the group chat. If you need to access Parent Square, please contact her directly. She did put her phone number. Si necesitan acceso a la plataforma de Parent Square, por favor de llamar o mandar un correo electrónico a Ms. Cindy para que ella les pueda ayudar. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and stop share here. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to our staff to talk a little bit more about their content area, just to give us an overview. Since all of our kids are in 9th grade, this applies to everybody here. And then after they go over their content, we'll go ahead and break out into breakout rooms so that you can ask anyone on staff any direct or specific questions. So we'll go ahead and start off with math. Ms. Lee, if you can just share a little bit about who you are, the content, and where the kids are currently.
All right, yes, and so I just made a quick little PowerPoint that I would like to share. So if y'all just give me like 3 seconds, and maybe not 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, just to find the tab. Here we go. Hit that sharing. It's been so long since I've shared my screen on Zoom. Who could imagine this used to be the norm? All right, share screen. Cool. All right. So for those of you who haven't had a chance to come out here to AJU, right? This is just a couple of pictures of what the classroom looks like. Right. Super big on data right now, as this is our first unit that we're working with statistics. We've been working on this topic for the past couple of weeks. And so in the next 2 weeks, you'll start to hear your sons, daughters, nieces, and nephews talking about our final project that we're going to be doing, where they're actually going to be doing a statistics research project. So they may be asking y'all a few questions as well. And so that's really about where we are and where we are headed out to. And oh, also, just a little bit about me. I think is that the space for this? Yes. One thing about me, super involved, love family. So your babies that you send to us, they are now my babies. Love just having a good time. Love dressing up whenever can. Back in the day, I used to play sports, but that's way back then. Okay. I am originally from Texas, but I was afforded the opportunity to move out here and be a part of this Seed LA family. Yeah.
Awesome. Let me go ahead and translate. So ella es la maestra Miss Lee, la maestra de matemáticas. Ella es originalmente de Texas, pero está aquí, se movió para ese trabajo y dice que es un orgullo para ella ser la maestra de sus hijos y que ahora ella mira a sus hijos como hijos de ella. If you could go back to the other slides, I could go over. Esta es una foto de su salón. Si no ha tenido la oportunidad de ir a su salón, ese es el salón donde los niños están todos los días. Ahorita están haciendo están repasando, ¿cómo se dice? Estadísticas, y van a hacer un proyecto sobre estas estadísticas. So a lo mejor les van a preguntar a ustedes también preguntas para ser parte de la información que están colectando. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Lee. Great. Next, we'll go to Miss Menkos.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. ¿Quién soy? Hola, soy la profesora de español. Mi nombre es Kathy Menkos y mi correo electrónico es kmenkos@cschoolla.org. Por favor, no duden en contactarme si tiene alguna pregunta. Hello, I am Miss Menkos. I am the Spanish teacher here at CDLA. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me through email. You can see my family, a very small family, but we love each other. My husband and my 3 dogs, who are like my children. A little bit about me. I value family, valoro la familia. Vengo de una familia pequeña, pero que se quiere mucho. Tengo 3 perros, Marty, Lou, y Diego. I come from a small family, but we love one another very much. And my 3 dogs are named Marty, Lou, and Diego. What are we doing in class? Cada mañana los estudiantes completan una rutina diaria que tienen tiempo para practicar su español. Estamos trabajando ahorita con sustantivos y adjetivos y me estoy centrando en la gramática y en la expresión oral. So in class every morning, students complete a daily routine and they have a chance to practice their Spanish out loud and with each other. Right now we're working with nouns and adjectives. We just started unit 2. So you're going to be hearing your scholars speak a little bit more using their vocabulary that they're learning. And my main topic that I'm centering myself around is grammar and speaking orally.
Thank you, Ms. Menkos. We'll go ahead and move on to Mr. Mendoza.
Okay, sorry about that. I kind of lost the page. But I am Mr. Mendoza. Again, I'm the computer science teacher here at SEED. I can't get my PowerPoint to work, so you're gonna have to excuse me on that. But I'm from California. I was born here in Orange County. Growing up, I moved a lot. I moved a lot, not because I wanted to though, but just because that's just where life took me. Eventually ended up heading to UC Merced and ended up graduating there. With that being said, in class right now, what we're touching right now is we're touching block-based programming. This is just to get the students familiarized with the logic that goes behind programming. As we finish unit 1, we're going to transition into text-based coding. We're going to be learning a little bit of more of what goes on in with a bit more detail, I should say. With that being said, we're also going to be exploring image processing. We're going to also be touching on self-driving vehicles that the students are going to be able to touch on. We're also going to be exploring some careers in computer science. Going into unit 3, we're going to again go into text programming with a little bit more with more detail, I should say. In there, we're going to be exploring how to make lists. We're going to be exploring how to make iterations and counts. We're going to be exploring how to make our functions a little bit in more detail. And we're going to be finishing off unit 3 with an artificial intelligence, I guess you could say algorithm, which should be really interesting. And moving on to unit 4, we're going to be pretty much, unit 4 is where students are going to be able to bring together everything that they have learned throughout class. They're going to be trying to solve a problem that they will come up on their own. And we're going to just plan it. We're going to investigate it. We're going to prepare it, and we're going to deliver it. And I'm pretty excited for that.
And then, Mr. Mendoza, do you want to try saying some of that in Spanish? Because that was a lot of information.
Yes. Okay. So soy el señor Mendoza. Soy el maestro de computadoras aquí en la escuela de CIR. Como le estaba diciendo, cuando estaba chico moví mucho. No era porque yo quería moverme, pero era nada más porque la vida ahí me llevó. Al final me gradué de la Universidad de UC Merced. Después de ahí, me vine para acá otra vez a Los Ángeles. Como les estaba diciendo, en clase ahorita estamos explorando cómo hacer apps o las aplicaciones que ven en su teléfono, así como Facebook. Y al principio, ahorita estamos explorando cómo la lógica. How do you say it? The logic? La parte lógica de programación. Después, en la unidad 2, vamos a explorar cómo programar robots. Aquí los estudiantes van a poder programar un carrito para que pueda caminar solo. Después de ahí, van a poder explorar cómo se procesan las imágenes y cómo los robots pueden procesar imágenes para poder navegar. Después de ahí, en la unidad 3, vamos a poder a explorar un poquito más programación en más, ¿cómo se dice? Detail.
Detalle.
En más detalle. Aquí en la unidad 3 van a poder también explorar cómo hacer listas, cómo hacer elementos, cómo poder, cómo van a explorar cómo a programar más en detalle para sumar todo. En la unidad 4, los estudiantes van a poder ellos agarrar un problema que existe en el mundo y van a poder ellos planear, van a poder ellos preparar y investigar y van a poder ejecutar un programa de programación y eso es lo que va a sumar todo lo que han aprendido en la clase.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Mr. Watts, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself, share a little bit about who you are and what you're covering in your class.
Yes. Thank you. So my name is Mr. Watts. I am the PE teacher and athletic director over at Seed LA. Currently in my class, I am going over actually different health topics. The first one that we went over today is body composition. And so students should have the formula in order to calculate their own body mass index, while also knowing the information about the different body mass index as it relates to muscle mass and how it can also be inaccurate at times. So just being able to discern the difference.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. Sorry about that. I was calling Ms. Neverson to check in. So él es el maestro de educación física. Ahorita los niños están haciendo, you said calculating the body
Mass index.
Okay. Están calculando su, ¿cómo se decía? Como su gordura en el cuerpo. Para ver qué es el peso que deben de tener, cuánto ejercicio deben de hacer para asegurar que están en buena salud. All right, thank you, Mr. Watts. Let's go ahead and move to Mr. Jameson.
Hello again, I'm Mr. Jameson, the engineering teacher, and a little bit about me. I am from the East Coast. I moved out here from Virginia. I do not have all the pretty slides and everything like my coworkers have. Shout out to my coworkers, your slides were awesome. But I am the oldest of 3 kids. I have a brother and 2 younger sisters. I am really starting to miss my family a lot, but I'm very thankful for the Seed LA family who have embraced me and the scholars who have embraced me. And I feel that during this time that I'm missing them, I'm going to be able to get through it and have a good holiday season. Currently right now, scholars are in class. They just finished up a unit on engineers and engineering. So they probably have some tests they want to tell you about, some test scores that they got back. And many of them did well. Some, it was a little bit of a challenge. And for those that was a challenge, I instantly reminded them that if it was as low as an F on there, I will take my teachers couldn't do this. My coworkers couldn't do this. I can do this. So I told them on the board, I said, forgive yourself immediately and focus on doing better on the retest. So scholars will have the opportunity to fix that and do better on the retest if they did not do well. But for the most part, they're learning about engineers and the engineering process. One of the other things that we're starting to do in class is get our scholars to move more so away from the sit and get process of traditional learning, and they're moving towards project-based. So a lot of things they're going to start to do in class is going to be solely project-based. They're grouped into tables in groups in class. So you have tables 1, 2, 3, and 4. So scholars come in and they're grouped, and I will be switching them up. They won't always stay in the same groups, but they will be working in groups and working on projects. Also, in my room, I display some of the scholars' work. These are some of the students who did very well in different cohorts, did very well on their test. We have a little area for advisory where they do shout outs. And then over here is a wall where, just have some positive things on it. We're going to be getting some words up on the word wall and getting some data on the data wall for things that they're doing. But other than that, other students or scholars are also starting to do certain projects to get them used to project-based. They're designing a car accessory. I know they may tell you a little bit something about that. I don't have the slide to share with you all, but I can say they enjoyed this tremendously. And one of my other co-teachers, Ms. Minko, she was able to speak to the fact that the kids really enjoyed doing that type of work. We are moving into also discussing technology and the engineering design process and how it works together. That's a little bit of snapshot of what we're moving into, and looking forward to working with your scholar, your student, our scholar, throughout the remainder of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jameson. So él es el maestro, Mr. Jameson, el maestro de ingeniería. Ahorita dio un tour de su salón, compartió que los niños se sientan en forma de grupos, 4 niños a un grupo, están estudiando los principales de ingeniería para saber qué es ingeniería y por qué se necesita. Que lo que estaba enseñando es que la semana pasada hicieron un examen en su clase, pero que no se preocupe si su niño o niña no pasó el examen. Él va a dar una oportunidad para que todos puedan hacer el examen de nuevo si no pasaron la primera vez. Y lo que enseñó en el pizarrón, en el whiteboard, es que se perdonen y que traten mejor en el próximo examen, que sería el retest. So dice que es un placer ser el maestro de sus hijos y que él también extraña a su familia, pero sabe que con la familia de Sí Los Ángeles que está en buenas manos. Thank you, Mr. Jameson. We'll go ahead and go on to, I believe, Miss Judith.
Hi, again, my name is Judy and I am teaching biology. The unit we're working on right now is on ecosystems. We started off by learning about the various ecosystems, watching videos of the various ecosystems, the native species, and the types of problems that the ecosystems face through invasive species and global warming and other problems. The next part of the unit was that each student would pick one ecosystem to research, learn about the native species, the climate, what that ecosystem looked like. Some of them are underwater, some of them are on the land, jungles, but they picked specific regions of the world. Each one of them researched on the computer about their ecosystem, and now they're in the process of creating a game based on their ecosystem in order to be able to teach the class about their ecosystem. Playing the game will be the way that they're communicating. I have a passion for teaching. I love experiential learning and project-based learning. That's why we're doing a game board. And I also believe strongly in integration of subjects. So they're, along with creating this game board, they have writing assignments, they have oral assignments. If they struggle with anything, I find ways of teaching in multiple modalities so that they're able to give me feedback on what they've learned without writing, without reading, whatever it is they need. I want to make sure that they're learning. Anyway, I love all of these children. Thank you for sharing them with us. They're just a wonderful bunch of kids.
Thank you, Ms. Judith. So ella es la maestra Ms. Judith, que es la maestra de biología. Ella compartió que ahorita los niños están haciendo una lección en ecosistema, donde los niños tienen que hacer, ¿cómo se dice? Research, tienen que, ¿cómo se dice research? Tienen que investigar, perdón, un ecosistema para saber qué es el sistema que está ahí, cómo es lo que viven los animales, y después los niños van a crear un juego. Cuando ellos hagan el juego, van a demostrar su aprendizaje porque tienen que crear el juego con el mismo sistema que ellos eligieron. Ella dice que es un placer tener los niños en su clase, que a ella le encanta estar aquí. Estar aprendiendo con los niños, y si alguien necesita ayuda en la clase, que ella se hace, ella tiene, ¿cómo se dice? Puede ayudar a los niños, también pasa, ¿cómo se dice? Almuerzo con ellos si necesitan más ayuda. So ella está aquí para asistir. Awesome. And then before we move on, are there any other teachers that did not get to share who they are or a little bit about their class? Okay, great. So I'm going to need, I'm going to ask for forgiveness up front because I'm going to need some flexibility here. So I didn't realize that the breakout rooms weren't preset on this Zoom right now. So I'm going to have to actually close this out real quick to open it back up so I can open up the breakout room so that all the teachers can go into a specific breakout room, and then you can be able to ask specific to the subject. So, ahorita estoy pidiendo por un favor de que me den perdón. No me noté que los breakout rooms no estaban aquí en este Zoom. So tengo que cerrar el Zoom por un momento, abrirlo de nuevo para abrir los breakout rooms. So si voy a cerrar el Zoom, pero si se meten para atrás en un minuto, ya van a estar abiertos los cuartos y podemos ir con los maestros. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this out right now. And then it's going to, if you can come back in 1 minute, that will allow us to open up the breakout room so you can get more personal with the teachers if you have specific questions. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to close this out and we'll be right back. So en un minuto, regresen para atrás a ese Zoom. Thank you.
Buenas noches. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Come back in 1 minute.
Oh yeah,
All right, here we go.